Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-November energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can stay up on what's going on here. As I'm recording this, it is November 15th. We just had the new moon in Scorpio on Monday the 13th, and we are well into Scorpio season. I hope you are doing as well as you can be, Aries. Something I always like to remind y'all of is that this again is a general energy reading for the Aries collective. This is not meant to be a personal reading. However, if you are interested in a personal reading, all of my information is below. Please keep in mind that the only way to book with me for a personal reading is via my website. I will never reach out to you to solicit you for a reading, and no ethical, trusted reader will ever reach out to you first regarding a reading. So just be aware of that and be aware of scammer and imposter accounts. This is my only YouTube channel. All of my social media handles are exactly the same, at the Path Illuminated, no spaces, no numbers, no special characters. So just keep your wits about you. And remember, Aries, that you know yourself, your life, and your situation better than anyone else. So always trust your own discernment and judgment. And remember that you have free will. So if something comes out in your mid-month reading that you're not very happy with, remember you can always change your perspective, how you deal with a person or a situation. All right, so without further ado, Aries, let's get started with your reading. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Please help me in pulling a clear and accurate reading for the middle of November 2023 for the Aries collective. What messages, what insights, what perspectives, what feedback, what support do you have, angels, spirits, and guides, for Aries for the middle of November? All right. Just kind of want to make sure y'all can see. I want to shout out High Priestess Healing Tarot for inspiring me and my new channel art. If we are not using our influence, our platforms, and our voices to speak up for the voiceless and to stand for the helpless, it is empty. So I'm definitely posting quite a lot about what's going on currently in the world, more so on Instagram and TikTok and Threads. So definitely follow me if you want to keep up with that. All right. Okay, Aries. So just making sure that, you can see the cards. I've, had to make adjustments here and there to my setup. All right, so let's get the clarifying deck before we get into this mid-month reading for you, Aries. All right. Spirit, why is the Five of Cups here? That's too many cards. Just one or two, Spirit, for the Five of Cups for Aries for the middle of November, please. Why is the Three of Wands here, Spirit, for Aries for middle of November? Why is the Three of Wands here, Spirit, for Aries? Why is the Ace of Swords here, Spirit, for Aries for the middle of November? Okay. Why is the Fool in reverse here for Aries? angel spirits and guides. Ooh, too many cards. Just one or two, please. For Aries. Okay. And why is the Knight of Swords here? Just make sure you see the cards. Okay. Why is the Knight of Swords here, Spirit? All right, Aries, so these are your messages for mid-November 2023. So it looks like right now you're kind of in the energy of, you know, thinking about the past, thinking about things that have happened, people who've been in your life, lessons you've learned, and kind of, I don't know, maybe you're processing endings, right? Because you can see this individual, right? They're here and they are looking at these 3 cups that are spilled over, well, not really paying attention to these 2 right behind them, right? So this is kind of a card of maybe feeling a tinge of regret or just sadness over things that have not worked out quite the way that you would have wanted to. This can be about, you know, friends, family, romantic partnerships, jobs, just like you're kind of stuck right now, processing things that are not quite or have not quite gone the way that you want them to go. Now, again, this is a general reading, so, you know, take the messages that resonate, leave the rest, put yourself where you go. I'll pick up on the energies, but fill in the gaps, all right? Because again, this is a general reading, Aries. It looks like as, you know, we're in the middle of November and you are sort of thinking about, ruminated over past situations, relationship dynamics that have not quite worked out the way that you wanted to, there is someone on their way to you that's very fiery, very passionate. This is, you know, a card of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, you know, there are cups here, but the way that they're laid out, this may have to do with work, Aries. I don't know if this is somebody that, you know, wants to like work with you, collaborate with you, talk about a potential partnership, perhaps even offer you a job, right? We'll see as we get into the reading, but it's sort of like, you know, mid-November, you're kind of ruminating over things that haven't worked out the way that you wanted to, and you're not even aware of what is coming towards you. You're definitely in this, like this is another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius card. 3 of Wands is, you know, waiting for your ships to come in, right? Waiting to see how things evolve, the seeds that you've planted, the relationships, the job, the friendships, whatever you've been investing in, you're trying to figure out what's next, right? And obviously, you know, the background is that on your mind and on your heart are all of your perceived disappointments, heartbreaks, and, you know, the 3 of Wands is clarified by the Judgment card. So for me, this is a card of letting you know that, you know, Spirit is with you, God is with you, whatever you want to call it. Your ancestors are supporting you in making this way forward on from past disappointments, right? And supporting you in this journey. Now, the next card is the Ace of Swords. This is a air sign card, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and this is a form of communication. Now, this could be an offer from someone else or someone speaking a truth to you, but the way that I'm picking this up, Aries, is that there's something on your heart that you need to say, and you need to work on clearing your throat chakra, this month in mid-November. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Hierophant and the Knight of Wands. So for me, the Hierophant in reverse, this is perhaps this could be sort of something because the Hierophant can be like the God card. So perhaps you're feeling like, you know, where are my spirit guides? What am I supposed to do? Even though they're there with you, you may be feeling that's been blocked. Or this could be an indication, Aries, that perhaps you've been trying to fit your life, right? Fit your relationships, fit whatever dynamics are going on into a traditional way of being, right? Trying to follow society's or your family's blueprint of what you're supposed to do to be happy. And then we have the Nine of Wands. This is like coming to the end of a very overwhelming, painful cycle. So what I'm picking up, Aries, is that, you know, the middle of November, you're really being confronted to think about the past, ruminating over, considering why certain situations, relationships, jobs, whatever dynamics they are, have not worked out for you, right? Because you're trying to figure out like, well, what's actually working? What am I supposed to do? And what I'm seeing with this Ace of Swords, Aries, is that Spirit is asking you to acknowledge that whatever, you know, box you've been attempting to put yourself into to gain the validation and approval of others has been causing you a huge burden. And it's on you to cut through the BS, to set whatever boundaries you need to set, to say whatever it is you need to say, right? In order to get through this process of figuring out what's next. So you do have the Fool here, but it's in reverse, right? When it's upright, this is about new beginnings. And this very much is a card of Aries. It's card 0, right? It's the entrepreneur, it's the innovator, it's the, you know, the first willing to stand up and say, hey, I want to do something new. But it's in reverse. So I think you've really been dealing with some, you know, imposter syndrome. You've been afraid of looking like the fool. You've been afraid of the unknown. You've been allowing, you know, sort of your thoughts about the past heartbreak, right? It's like, oh, well, this and that didn't work out, and these relationships didn't work out, and these projects didn't pan out the way that I wanted to, and that's restricting you because you're afraid of not making the right choice. But I do see, Aries, that, you know, 7 of Cups upright can talk about confusion when it comes to your choices about what's next. You are going to be getting some type of clarity because it's in reverse, right? Things are going to be, you've been hesitating, but things are going to start to become clearer. However, I still see you struggling in the middle of November, Aries, with taking action. Knight of Swords, this is again, right? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, card of communication and action, right? But it's in reverse. So you're definitely struggling with how best to move forward. You are feeling, you know, with the Magician in reverse, like your intuition and your manifestation powers are not working. But I feel like we have Death here, but it's in reverse, card of Scorpio. You are hesitating to end something, whether it is a job or the way that you've been operating in the world, Aries. You're afraid of this death, and it's understandable, right? Like, understandable why death is a very ominous card to get, why people are triggered by it just simply because of what it says, right? But when we understand the cycles of life, that death and life are one and the same. You cannot have one without the other. And if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done. And even with when the death is upright, this ending, right? There is sunrise over the horizon. It's like, in order to start something new, you have to let the old cycles, the old relationships, the old patterns, let them go. Spirit, what additional insights can you provide for Aries for the middle of November? Wands in reverse. You may be feeling like a lot of insecurity, right? This is, and something I like to remind everybody of, there's no gender in tarot. We all have masculine and feminine energy, so you put yourself where you go. The King of Wands is, a very fiery, masculine, authoritative energy, somebody that is passionate but grounded, knows how to use their momentum and their inspiration to create the reality that they want. But this is in reverse. So again, it feels like you're dealing with a lot of insecurity that is tied to, you know, whatever meaning, Aries, that you've attached to the past, you know, relationships, friendships, jobs that haven't worked out. But understand that whatever you believe is going to be true, and we all get to decide what meaning, you know, is tied to our experiences, right? So if a job didn't work out, but you learned something from it and you were able to, you know, expand your horizons and your skill set, even if the job didn't work out quite the way that you wanted to, it can still be seen in a positive, right? If a relationship didn't work out, whatever you learned about yourself, your own insecurities, your own triggers, right? Like, love is never wasted when we use it to grow and to heal ourselves and to learn. Four of Pentacles is telling me, you know, you're very worried about finances. You're holding on to it tight. You know, again, I think there's some insecurity about moving forward, about making bold steps because you're afraid of losing what you already have. Knight of Cups to me is indicating that the universe really wants you to lean into your emotions, to excavate what is there, what lessons are coming up for you, because the universe really is admonishing you to start following your heart, Aries. Can I get a few more messages for Aries here for the middle of November? There is victory available to you, Aries. It's just a matter of if you're willing to let go of whatever fears, anxieties, a fear of looking like a fool, fear of making a mistake, right? And trusting that everything you've invested in is going to still be there. And by following your heart is how you're going to actually get what you want. It's not actually by holding on so tightly that you're not even able to receive. Does that make sense, Aries? So it's like we hold on so tight to something that we have and we don't, you know, want to lose, that our hands are closed when the universe is like, here, I have something better, I have something more. But we're just afraid that, like, if we let go of what we do have, that there's nothing else on the other end. And if we continue to believe that, we're not going to see the victory, Aries. Yeah, so Eight of Swords, this is like, again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, heavy mental energy, like overthinking, ruminating about the past, being worried about making a mistake. It's like we have to get beyond, you know, right and wrong, black and white. Binary thinking can keep us very trapped. Like, I want to make the right decision. No, you make the decision that your intuition and your heart is leading you toward, right? And intuition only makes sense after you trust it, but you have to develop that trust within yourself. And I feel like, Aries, what you're struggling with in the middle of the month is how you're perceiving the past, how you're perceiving past disappointments, losses, and endings. It's like you can accept that things have ended so that you can start new again, that you know, situations haven't worked out the way that you had hoped they would to teach you something, or you can choose to be sad about it, be disappointed about it, tell yourself, oh, well, anytime I try something new or I open my heart, I always get hurt. And the reality is that anything worth fighting for is going to require vulnerability and a sacrifice. We cannot have love without grief. We cannot not have life without death. It is inherent. But you're either going to stay stuck in your head overthinking, Aries, being so worried about making a mistake that you don't do anything at all. You just stay stuck in your head the whole time. Or you're going to follow spirit. You're going to follow your heart so that you can actually find the victory that the universe wants to provide to you. All right, last two cards, Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. This character here, you know, he takes a long time to really consider how he's going to move forward, what's available, what he's offering. So this could be you, right? And moving forward in a new direction. Or it could be somebody who wants to offer you something because they view you, Aries, as this vivacious, fiery, passionate queen, right? That they want to work with. But I think that this offer has taken some time to come in. And I think what's going to happen is that as soon as you choose, Aries, as soon as you decide to, if you can decide, again, you have free will. If you choose to follow your intuition and your heart, despite your fear of financial loss, judgments of others, people thinking you're foolish for moving forward in a new direction, what if you can decide to choose to follow yourself? This offer is actually going to come in and it's going to bring you some type of victory that you've been waiting for a while. So, Aries, I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to pull a couple of cards from these oracle decks that I've just recently got. This first one is a highly intuitive deck. There's no like book or anything. It's just the cards. It's called The Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. So let's get a card, Spirit, from The Universe Has Your Back for Aries for mid-November. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. And when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. I think those are really poignant. When you choose to follow your heart, to follow your instincts, to follow your intuition, you're freeing yourself, and that helps others to build confidence in themselves, Aries. Like you taking charge and, you know, being the one who's willing to face their fears and to strike out and do something new is going to inspire others. And right here, attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So whether you're experiencing it internally where, you know, your inner critic is saying, well, who are you to think that you can do something different than, you know, your family, your friends, what society has told you, you know, people judging you, people hating on you, people projecting their fears onto you, or feeling like you're alone, which you're not. That's something to dig deeper into, right? Ask it questions. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this resistance? Why do I feel this fear? Why am I afraid of pain? Why am I afraid of judgment? So that you can get to those root causes and unblock yourself. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Surrender to your heart, Aries. Surrender to where your intuition is leading you, right? Aries, I know you have a big heart. I'm a Pisces sun, Pisces rising, Aries moon. And I love my Aries friends. They're big-hearted people. They're passionate. And all you need to do is surrender to your heart. Surrender to your intuition. Trust that where your soul is leading you, that Spirit's going to be there to back you up. All right, Aries. Well, I hope those messages resonated for you, and I will see you next time. Bye.